Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And thank you for coming on and watching Cooper's Thai Adventure live stream with myself and my good buddy and sidekick, Mr. Brooke Schneider.
Trusty.
Welcome, Mr.
Trusty.
Oh, okay. I trust you. And today we got a lot of news to go over with you. What's happening in Thailand? Well, last week I said that we now have a coalition government and the coalition is in charge. And the ex-prime minister, who's been currently suspended by the Thai courts, is fighting it. And there is a chance, I have to put this out there as a disclaimer, there is a chance that she could win her case and be reinstated as prime minister, albeit a slim chance, I must admit. I don't know which grounds that she's fighting it on, but the proof is in the pudding, and they have the audio recording of the conversation she had with the head of the Cambodian government. So I don't know what grounds she could actually fight and win, but she is fighting it. So when somebody's fighting something in court, you always got to give them, a little bit of odds that they may actually win their case. So I'll put that out there for you guys. We'll wait and see what happens in regards to that. Whether she wins, she comes back as prime minister, or whether they say, no, you screwed up big time, you're out, and we'll wait and see what happens there. And so with that, the Cambodian border with Thailand is still closed. It's been closed for a little while now, and all border crossings are still closed. But I did get some good news for those that want to come out here on the 60-day entry stamp and get a 90-day extension while they're here, and then a 30-day extension while they're here. My bad. Thank you, Mr. Brooke. And then do a visa run and then extend it for a further 60 days and get another 30 days here in country. And that you can still do that, but now the visa agents that's doing it, for example, I'll give you plug one for you right now, Lana, who does it, and she is a Thai Phalang visa, and she's based in Pattaya off of 3rd Road, and very, very good agent. She did mine and Brooks' retirement
original
retirement visa. Very good, very nice lady, married to a British gentleman. And anyways, they're doing it amongst others, and what they're doing is they're running a shuttle service, a bus service, from their offices, and they're taking people to Laos, Mukdahan crossing instead of Cambodia. But the trip is a long trip, folks. It's 10 hours there, 10 hours back. And what's the price range for something like that? Well, I've heard different amounts from different visa companies, and the cheapest out there was 6,000 baht there, 6,000 baht back. Some companies are charging as much as 10,000 there, 10,000 back. Well, you think it's a lot of diesel used by these vans going up to the border, and then there's people that got to go with them, sort out your visa. They have a VIP service, some of these agents out here. And one of our good subscribers and good friends, Brownie, said that his agent does it for 6,000. So, which was cheaper than some of the others that I found that doing it at
total cost.
Total cost,
Yeah.
and that's including
Couple
your
$100
visa.
bucks.
Yeah. So they are still able to do it, but they're doing it out of Laos border crossing rather than Cambodia because it's still closed. Right. What else is happening in the news? Next thing in the news is marijuana. Now, it was a big contention that the Thai health minister wanted to recriminalize marijuana. And because they didn't decriminalize it. I said that wrong last week, so my apologies there. I've since been corrected. They legalized it, which is why you have 18,000 shops across Thailand that all got their license. Now, there was some issues in the news last week. People were saying, hey, wait a minute. If it's legal, why are they closing them down in Phuket? Why are they doing these raids? What's going on there? Well, I did some background research into that. And what's happening in Phuket is they went and they raided 7 establishments that selling marijuana and found 5 of the 7 were illegal because they didn't have the relevant license to sell it.
Weren't licensed.
They weren't licensed. And they were also selling THC, which is they have to have a separate license for that.
Didn't have that either.
Didn't have that either. So they closed them down. The other 2 remain open to this day because they were licensed completely across the board. So it seems like some people were like, hey, you're making a lot of money. I'm going to open one next door and I'm going to compete with you. And all of a sudden, they got raided, and it's like, where's your license, buddy? You know, these guys have paid for their licenses, which isn't cheap, I understand. And, you know, they paid for, you know, their fees and everything and taxes and registering it and did it the 100% legal way. The other 5 did not. Therefore, they got closed down. So there you go. There's the news on what happened there in Phuket and why they got closed down. It's not that the government's going around closing them left, right, and center. They're closing the legal ones.
Yeah.
Making sure that those that have done it the right way
are fine
and rewarded for doing it the right way. In other words, you keep your business open.
Yep.
So what's going on in the government right now in regards to that? Well, there's a big, huge protest in Bangkok outside the health minister's office. And there are thousands of people out there protesting, and they're not leaving. They're staying overnight and continue protesting. Early hours of the morning, continue protesting. They're not leaving. And the Thai health minister came out on the news and said, we are not looking at making it illegal again. So they just want to make it safer, is what he said on the news. And the Thai people are like, you guys said this is legal 3 years ago. We went out and applied for our licenses. We've complied. We're paying our taxes, everything else. You can't now say it's only for medical use when you made it legal. If you want to change it, it's got to go through Parliament. It has to be voted on, and then you can criminalize it if you want and make it only for medical use. But you got to do it through the right channels. You know, you just can't come out and say, oh, I want to do this. You know, there's a democracy in Thailand like in the West. Everybody's got to have their due process, and it has to go through the legal channels. So that's what's got the Thai people upset about that. Moving on to the next piece of news, retirement visas. Big contention going on there. And Brooke has got firsthand experience. But before I get into your firsthand experience, what's happened there with your surprised look on your face, how you always do, is Bangkok Bank is still having difficulties with the issuing the statement for a bank account or opening new bank accounts for retirees. And I had a very good phone call with a very good friend of ours. I won't put his name out on the channel. And he said, look, he went to Bangkok Bank I think it was the day before yesterday, and he wanted to get his statement. He had the 800,000 bought in there for the retirement visa. He went to get his statement and take it to immigration so he can renew his retirement visa, which is due in September, first week of September. And they turned around and said to him, nope, we're not going to give you a statement for your retirement visa because you haven't had the 800,000 in our bank account for 4 months.
You haven't.
He hasn't.
Oh,
Okay. And he said, well, I've got it in there for 3 months. This is the same as I did last year, And they said, nope, you have to have it in for a complete 4 months before the retirement date. So they refused to give it. He got really upset. He closed his bank account, withdrew all the money in cash, and then went to another bank, Krungsea. I'll name the other bank he went to. Went in there, deposited the money. They gave him a statement, said, here you go, take it to immigration. So banks have different rules for different banks.
Yeah, I think that
out here is what I understand.
Yeah, it's not my understanding. It's not with the government. The issue is
no,
and it's not with the visa people, call it immigration. The issue's with the banks, and I think Bangkok Bank got involved heavily in that Chinese scam.
Yeah,
and apparently it was billions that went somewhere. So they're having, I guess, an internal reorganization or monitor Bangkok Bank, that is. And it's still yet to be straightened out. Now, you and I both have Bangkok banks. I don't think either one of us, our wives, have them. None of us have had an issue with Bangkok Bank.
Yeah.
But I think as far as opening new ones, forget it. I don't think you're going to have a good luck with that. And for my renewal, that wasn't going to work either with Bangkok Bank.
Right.
So I use an agent, Mr. Singh, which, highly recommend. And he said, okay, Brooke, here's what you have to do. I'll just speak about my renewal. My renewal was up July 22nd. So I probably, in hindsight, should have been on this maybe a month ago. You know what I mean? Because of the issues. Normally, if things were sailing smooth as they did last year, you went in 3 weeks before, no problem.
Yeah.
But with the banking issues now, and again, it's not visa issues, it's not the government clamping down issues, it's more the internal organizations of the banks, and Bangkok Bank in particular, the one. I should have been on it earlier. But anyways, having said that, Mr. Singh said, okay, what you need to do, you need to go open a new account at a different bank. And that way he can work with me on the retirement visa renewal. So I did that. And SCB was the bank. And actually, it was fairly straightforward. Now, I would tell you, if you have, and this is kind of for renewals, let's stick with that. Get your Thai driver's license because it's a form of ID and your passport. So I didn't need to go to immigration to get that form where I live and certifying, this is my residence. I just flipped out the driver's license, and they did ask, is that where you live? Oh yeah, I've been there for since I got here. Okay, good. And the passport information, which, believe it or not, that information is on your driver's license.
Yes,
I did. I never knew that till all this. So that was interesting. So yeah, they had that, and it was. I was there at 8:30 in the morning when the bank opened, and bingo, I got that thing all set up and working in like 30 minutes. So that went pretty slick. Was there a negative? Well, yeah, because I wanted. I like $1 million limit on
dollar.
Sorry, million baht.
Oh wow! Okay, you got $1
$1
million. I'm your new best friend.
Thank you for correcting me on that misspoke, misspeech, Mr. Good Boy. So I wanted $1 million baht limit, but I don't know whether it's just new accounts or it's an internal policy. They don't give you 200,000, but they say if you need more, call the bank number. So I was there and called the bank. Had the guy call it. Actually speaks Thai. Nice guy that helped me. And said, yeah, I'd like to raise it. And what they do is they don't raise it. They say, fine, you have, how much were you looking at spending? I says, oh, maybe we'll say $500,000 or whatever. Maybe I'm buying a car. What do I do? Well, you call in to that number on your debit card they give you, and you have 1 hour to make the purchase. And they'll authorize the limit, but only for the 1 hour.
Right.
So that was a little different than I was like with Bangkok. I've got a 1,000,000 baht limit, no problem. You know what I mean? So that was that. Now, Mr. Singh has had good relations and interactions with Krung Si Bank that you mentioned, and I think that's a good option. So I might even look at getting an account there.
Yeah.
Just to be safe in case, for example, Bangkok Bank falls away. I think it is good to have a couple banks here because you got the they had a power outage, they had something happen at one of the banks, they're shut down. You got the other ones. You're not left high and dry. It's like having your plan A, plan B.
Yeah.
Your backup plan, right?
Yeah.
So that's I'll probably end up doing that with Krung Si, but anyways, Mr. Singh was able to attend with me and got the statement that you were talking about. Not a problem. And, we proceeded down to immigration. And the one thing I like about Singh, and immigration seems to always be busy. In high season, it's even crazier. But he's able to walk in. He says, come on with me. And Jackie's there because we got to take our pictures, right? Well, Singh takes the picture, in there and shows it to the guy, and that'll work for both of us. But he's able to walk kind of right up to the counter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so all these waiting lists and take a number, forget it. He's, they know him, he knows them, and they trust him obviously. And so everything was put through, and next week there's holidays. The rest of this week, I think.
Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, so I think it's Monday or Tuesday we pick it up for the next year.
Yeah, because normally it takes like 2-3 days for your renewal, but because of the 2-day holiday, Thai's got a 4-day weekend this weekend. It'll be available probably for collection, like you said, Monday, Tuesday.
So I quizzed Singh. I said, what do you recommend going forward, for the subscribers? And I said to him, I will mention you on the channel. I trust his advice, guys. So, and you can too, put it that way. He said, look, if you're doing a renewal, you're here already, and you're doing your retirement renewal, give it 75 to 90 days. So, 2.5 to 3 months, get in early just because of this, upset with Bangkok Bank. And luckily it hasn't spread to any other banks that we're aware of, which is good. And that way he's got lots of time, and you do as well, to get things set up, working, and a seamless renewal. So that's his recommendation. Now, as far as the new people coming, you want me to talk about that a bit?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I said, now what about the new people coming? Well, see, the issue, he says, is not with visas. Visas are there. There's no issue with the retirement visas. You're fine. The issue is with, again, Bangkok Bank opening an account. So that's trouble, because you can't, they won't open it on new visas. You're on a tourist visa when you get here originally, first timer.
Yeah.
So you're on that. Well, the banks can't open an account with a tourist visa. Now, Singh does say that he figures this will get rectified. Obviously, we all figure that, but how long? And he said, 3 to 6 months was his time frame. And the reason is they have already lost, business. The country has. Obviously, the banks have. And it's in everyone's best interest to get this issue rectified.
Right.
So his recommendation, bottom line, come here on the tourist visa, as we all did, and initially. You get your 60 days, you'll extend it for 30. Hopefully, the banking issues are resolved. So then it's time to go for your retirement, and it should be seamless. If it's not, then he said, look, you do one border run, you'll start your 60 plus 30, 90 days over again. And he actually can do that. He's got a VIP service, he said, to do that. Whether you'd have to do it, time will tell. Because hopefully in 3 months it's solved. But if not, you need to do it for 6. That's for people coming today, tomorrow. Right. You know what I mean? Then he feels certain that the issue will be resolved, by the end of the year. So it, maybe one border run, maybe none. So that's good. So my point is, don't delay coming. Thailand's great. forget all the FUD out there about, this and that. It's a great place to be, and this issue with the bank will get, rectified.
Yeah. And moving on a little bit more, we have further good news about agents and bank problems out here. Is Mike, who's at One Stop Visa on Soy 6 and Pattaya. He made a YouTube video and he says he's able to do it. I know people that have used him, and he has an agreement with another bank other than Bangkok Bank where he can get people their retirement visa. So there's a second option for you there, folks, as well. And Singh is working with other banks to also make the same agreement that they can get you an interim bank account until you get your retirement visa, and then you have an active one. And as a full disclaimer, I'm with Bangkok Bank. I love them. I have a 2 million baht daily limit,
Mr. Large.
And I've never had a problem. And I've got a credit card with them as well. So I love Bangkok Bank. As long as you're 100% legal with them, then there's no issues whatsoever. And I've never had a problem with them. So I'll keep promoting them because they're a very good bank. Albeit that they had this problem with the Chinese. I agree. But I figure that, like you said, that'll blow over after they finished doing all their inspections and got all the bad people out the bank. Everything will go back to normal in regards to Bangkok Bank, but they are a fantastic bank here in Thailand. Moving on to the next piece of news, casinos. There's been a lot of contention in the Thai government, in Cambodia, in regards to casinos, and some news media outlets out here are saying they think that the reason that this leaked phone call came out with the Thai prime minister was because Cambodia was dead set against Thailand open casinos. Because where do the Thais go to gamble? They go to Cambodia. They go across the border. They go to Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam to gamble. And there's a lot of tourists that go to Cambodia as well to use their casinos. They have several large casinos in Cambodia, and people go there to gamble. And Cambodia is afraid they'll take away a lot of the tourists if Thailand opens casinos. Now, this is only, what the media tabloids are saying. The reason they think this leaked phone call happened in the first place and the prime minister got suspended is because of this. Well, the casinos have now been put on hold in Thailand. Not indefinitely. They just withdrew the bill from the parliament because they want to concentrate on other things right now. One other thing they want to concentrate on big time is the 99-year land lease. They got to get that approved before the casinos, because the casinos aren't going to buy in if they can only lease the land for 30 years.
Makes sense.
So it makes sense why they're doing it, folks. And I always like to read between the lines and see exactly what's going on and look at both sides. And that's what it looks like to me. They've taken that off the table, get the 99-year land lease in place, and then bring that back to the forefront. So they are doing that, and they're also looking at making retirement visas easier. So maybe they're going to bring down the age. Maybe they're going to bring down the amount of revenue that you have to bring into Thailand, for example, or whatever. But they are trying to make that easier. And that was one of their pledges when they were running for election last year. So that's all good news in respect to what the government is doing. And then there was a piece of last final news, but I forgot what it was. Yeah, Cooper, you were rambling on a little bit there, but and I had it in my head, and then I forgot what it was. So, oh well.
I'll just
it'll come back to me.
There's another visa that's, I guess, about a year ago it originated, was the DTD, digital nomad.
Yes.
They call it.
Yeah.
And apparently, like, it works seamlessly at the start, But recently, I guess, there's been a slowdown, let's say, in processing. And I think part of it is, from just what I've kind of watched and read, it maybe had been taken advantage of slightly. People were supposed to be working, weren't working, or studying this and weren't studying. And, so I think they're having a look at that. They're still processing them, but you have to do that visa the first time out of country. And I guess some of them were doing it in Cambodia or Vietnam, or, and well, geez, there's delays and delays. And
yeah,
delays.
there is delays right now.
So they figured they were going there, maybe had enough money for a week, and then, have their appointment, get it processed, and Well, no, they're 2 or 3 weeks later, and they're running out of money.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking, well, Jesus, how are you going to live if you're running out of money? You know what I mean? So, yeah, that if you're thinking of that DTV visa, you probably should do it in your home country. Hopefully, you got a residence.
Well, you can't
there.
do it inside Thailand. You
No,
can
you
only
can't.
renew it inside Thailand.
Renew it, you can, but
Yeah.
originate, it has to be from outside of Thailand.
Correct.
So, it all, I guess, stems back to, should you be coming to Thailand if you can't afford a 2 or 3 week stay in a different country, I suppose. If you're in your own country, okay, but, you want to at least have enough budgeted to live on. And, yeah.
Anyways. Oh, I remember the last piece of news.
Well, there you go. So I was lucky I chimed in.
Yeah. A subscriber asked me on our last live stream in regards to Thai driver's licenses. And I said, I'll look into it because I have an appointment with my wife, Darlene, and Brooke, with his wife, Jackie, at TikTok Services. I'm going to give them a plug out. They're fantastic. They're here in Jomtien, and they specialize in driver's license and retirement visas. So I asked them while we were there, is it required for those that come out with either their home country driver's license or a international driving permit for them to take the written test? Because there was suggestions that they were going to bring it in and that it was going to start, and what's going on because the prime minister is no longer the prime minister. We now have an acting prime minister. What's going on in regards to that? And they said not at this moment. So good news there, not at this moment. There's still talks of it possibly coming in, but nothing finalized. She did say to us that if you're coming in and you don't have a foreign driver's license for a scooter, for example, maybe you only got a car license, yes, you would have to take the written test, which is done. You can do it in English on the computer at the driving license center. Yes, you do have to do it there. But if you already have a license, you can just exchange that for a Thai license. Very easy. They can do it for you. And their fee is quite modest. They're very comparable. And they take you there as well. They have a van that takes you there to the driving license center. And they're doing it in Rayong because they can do it on the same day. If they do it in Pattaya, it takes 3 days. So they're doing it in Rayong, and they give you free transport down there as well.
Jackie's getting just a scooter license.
Yeah.
And the main reason is, guys, it's an ID.
Yes.
So, you can use that to open another bank account, which I think is partly the idea I'm looking at for her. And, you can actually, I've been told, fly domestically inside Thailand just with that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
you don't need your passport.
Don't need your passport. Well, that's interesting. So, but yeah, and the cost. So, everyone's interested is the rayon, which I like that as well because it's the same day. They bust you down, and I did this because
I've done it.
Yeah. Yes. They bust you down. You got, I think they leave at 11:30 and you're back at 4. So it's not that long a day, and they kind of walk you through everything. It's all handled. And it was 4,000 baht, or for Jackie, it'll be 120 bucks. Hello.
Yeah, for a 2-year license.
For a 2-year license, and they bust you there, bust you back, and handle all the, the paperwork. So,
and then when that expires, you get a 5-year license.
Yes, which I got the 5-year, and then actually is 5.5, Coop, because they put it 5 years to your birthday. So I had another 6 months to go. So I got 5.5 years in the next.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice. So.
Yeah. So there you go. That is the news roundup from around Thailand. What's going on? And now let's get started in the live stream. See who we got online.
Rich Price. Now he's got a few comments here I can't make sense of. Level 1, increased caution since June 9th due to civil unrest in certain provinces.
Okay.
Well, then he's talking about Australia and U.S.
I have no idea. Let's read through and see if we can figure it out.
Level 1 is not as extreme as level 4, so it's basic. Australia is level 1, caution for U.S. travelers because of the vast wilderness areas and wildlife there. Seriously. Okay. And finally, New Zealand and Japan are level 1 to U.S. citizens, so make that what you will.
Oh, maybe America's given a level 1 warning to Thailand.
Yeah.
Because of maybe the border skirmishes between Thailand and Cambodia. And basically, both sides have locked the border. Thailand's locked theirs, Cambodia's locked their side, and nobody's moving back and forth. They did open it, I believe, 2 or 3 times just for trucks to go through, but they since ceased doing that as well.
Yeah, so I mean, the border run was quite popular here, and that's what closing the border has probably affected the most.
Yeah.
Obviously trade, but hey, that doesn't affect retirees too much. But there's alternatives. You can fly, and a half an hour flight to, Hong Kong or wherever they go.
Exactly.
So there's options. There's workarounds. Tony Montana, good morning, Coop, Darlene, Brooke, and Jack, and all the gang. Hope all is well.
And we are, and thank you for coming on, Tony.
Let's see what the day brings in the land of smiles. Brooke, how did you go with Sing? Did you get your visa renewal? Yes, everything went well, as I mentioned. Tony, Brooke, are you going to watch the game this afternoon? Yeah. There's a big state of origin rugby game.
Yeah, the final.
Yeah. Oh, and it's 1-1.
Tied right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 3-game series and it's tied 1-1. So there'll be nothing held back today. Tony, it appears that you can only comment a couple hours before the start of this live stream.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either. Please hit the like button and make Darlene smile. We need 100 likes, so let's do it. Yeah,
yes, please. If you're watching on the live stream, oh yes, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, you wait 1 minute, only 1 minute, and you can put your comment on, and we'll read it live out on air for you. Minimum settings we put it at.
Roger the Dodger Carpenter, morning CBD, got me a nice large glass of unsweet tea and a big bowl of popcorn, ready to watch the best show on YouTube.
There you go, Roger. And thank you for being a channel member.
Roger Carpenter. Hey, Brooke, put my order in for Misty on Sunday night at 2065. So that would have been a limit order.
Yeah.
Bingo. Filled for more Misty bag. Good for
and
you.
You're happy then because Misty is currently above 2080. So you've made 15 cents per share already. Well done.
Yeah, mine hit the bank. It was in Monday before opening.
Yeah.
So that was good. Yours?
Mine hit Tuesday morning. It was showing as on my IBK account on Monday night as pending. Tuesday morning, I woke up. I saw it there. I transferred some money from New York to my Thai bank account from IBK account at 8 o'clock in the morning. It was in at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Bingo.
On the same day. Look at that. Super quick.
Roger Walker, good morning. Good evening, everyone.
Good morning to you too, Roger.
Scotty Richmond from California. Good morning, CBD and everyone else watching.
Good morning to you too, Scotty.
Scotty's prepping to get here. Vegas Chris, good morning, CBD and family. Hoping everyone is having a great week so far.
Yes. And we are, Chris. And thank you too for being a channel member and having the badge next to your name and helping to support our channel.
Xandra Guffin Askew. Hello, CBD and everyone watching from Tampa, Florida. I know the area well.
Hello from Tampa, Xandra. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Johnny says, good morning, CBD and all the subs from New York City. Big place.
Good morning to you, Johnny.
Alfa Romeo. Geez, that name rings a bell.
Yes.
Yeah, he sounds good morning, everyone. Alpha says, what's going on in the land of smiles?
Waiting for you to get here so we can do our next go-kart race. Got a lot of challengers for your title, buddy, so I hope you're ready.
Oh, there's a lot practicing. Scotty Caswell, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Scotty.
W Secrets to Success. Okay. Hello, gents.
Hello, W, and thank you for coming on and joining us, too.
Blakester Drums, top of the morning to ya.
And top of the morning to you, too, Blakester. And thank you, too, for being a channel member, help supporting the channel with a badge next to your name. Much appreciated.
Jeffrey Spivey, good morning, all from Pensacola, Florida. Been there.
Got a lot of Floridians on the channel.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and good morning to you, too, Jeffrey.
Tony Montana, remember that from the 10th to the 13th are Thailand's public holidays, and they will reopen on the 14th Monday.
Correct.
Yeah, that's they have holidays here.
They have a lot of holidays.
A lot of them. I have no idea when they fall or why or what reason, but they're here.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Tony. J.E. Washington, didn't we have fun last night?
We did.
Good morning, CBD.
And good morning to you too, John. And belated happy birthday to your lovely wife. She had her 36th birthday yesterday.
And I think it's their anniversary today.
And it's their wedding anniversary today.
Wow, it's a double whammy.
Double whammy. And the girls went around with cake and ice cream cake and balloons and presents, and surprised her just as she got out of bed yesterday morning.
Good.
So
no, we had a good group there last night.
The girls love her and wanted to give her a special birthday start of the day.
I find, I just mentioned to you on the balcony this morning, I get a lot of enjoyment watching those girls have so much fun. You know what I mean? Like, it just, man, they're in like two peas in a pod. They, Aussie T, yep. Hi, team, and all in the chat. Have a great day and live stream. Go Maroons. Yeah, go Maroons.
Is that the team you're supporting?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, Brownie is not. He's going the Blues.
Oh.
So if you're from New South Wales, like Sydney area, you're the Blues, and if you're from Queensland, Brisbane area up there, you're for the Maroons. So
Okay.
Ernie Jones says, "Good morning, Cooper, Darlene, and Brooke."
Good morning to you, Ernie, and thank you too for being a channel member and regulars on our live streams.
And
Much
regular in the
appreciated.
pool.
Yes.
Mammy Taylor, good evening from Memphis, Tennessee. What is the best airline from LA to Thailand?
Well, there's two different ones. If you want to do direct, Mammy, you can fly with Thai Airways. They do fly from Los Angeles and San Francisco. I know I have subscribers that are done it, and that's a fantastic airline.
Yeah, impressive.
But if you're looking to bump up and spend a little bit more and go in business class, you might want to consider Cathay Pacific. It was my mom's personal favorite. And it flies to Hong Kong, and then you change planes at Hong Kong and come to Thailand. And it breaks up the trip, allows you to stretch your legs and everything else. Great for long distance flights. And my mother said to me, she swore by Cathay Pacific, the best airline she's ever been on for business class.
Yeah.
Good. So there's you go. There's two there for you, Mammy.
JJ says, "Good morning, guys."
Good morning, JJ.
Captain Action, Henry from Tampa, only 9,473 miles away. Cooper, Brooke, thank you for the latest and greatest on the Land of Smiles.
And you're very welcome, Captain Action. And thank you, too, for being a channel member and having the badge next to your name.
Mike D, hey, Cooper and Brooke, hope all is well in the Land of Smiles. Can't the king overrule the old prime minister?
Yes, he can. Now, what has happened in the past, Mike, is the old king, who was his father, who passed away, God bless his soul. He was a fantastic guy. I had a lot of respect for him. Never met him in person, but I saw what he did for Thailand. He was a great personal ambassador for Thailand, is what I'll call him, because that's the role he took as king. And the Thai people loved him to death, really, really did. But even he never got involved in politics. Theoretically, the king can, just like the King of England can dissolve Parliament in England, but they've never, ever done it. Normally, monarchs take a back seat to Parliament, and they let them run the country, and they are, happy to be the figurehead of goodwill ambassador for the country. But they very, very, very rarely get involved in politics. And I haven't seen the current king have any different position on that than what his father has. So theoretically, they can. Yes, they do have the authority to do so. But I've never seen it happen. But they could. So who knows?
Like jumped in our area here, we don't ever see protests or any of the stuff that you hear on the news about Bangkok, or you see pictures about crowds protesting outside the Minister of Health. You never hear about it or see it here. It's just life goes on. It's pretty nice. So yeah, anyways, we like the area. Marina Bell, hey guys, just sent my deposit for a townhouse in Hua Hin. Nice area. Looking forward to finally living in Thailand.
And congratulations, Marina. We do have several subscribers that have moved over to that area. And when you get out here, make sure if you haven't already, join our Facebook group, Coopersthaiadventure Community. It's only for subscribers to our YouTube channel, which you are, because if not, I wouldn't be able to see your comment. It's only for subscribers, and they're both free. And then you could reach out to those that are already there and make some instant friends.
Sure.
Because I think we have maybe 10 to a dozen people living there. So great way to meet up with like-minded people.
Lots of useful tips too in that Facebook group.
Yeah.
Mike D, why is the border closed to Cambodia?
Because there was a dispute. A gunshot went off from a Thai military person and actually killed a border guard in Cambodia because he thought that he was going to shoot at him. So he pulled the trigger first. Argument ensued, and that's what closed the border. And Thailand was upset about it because they're saying the other soldier from Cambodia provoked him into drawing his gun and shooting because he drew his gun first. Who knows? I wasn't there. There's no video evidence of it whatsoever. that I'm aware of, unless they've recorded it and at the immigration facilities, and I don't know, and they haven't released it to the public for whatever reason. But I haven't seen either side bring out video evidence of it, exactly how the altercation took place. But that was the start of it, and they're claiming both sides it was an isolated incident, and bygones be bygones. But then it escalated when this phone call happened.
Yeah.
And it was a goodwill phone call from the Thai prime minister.
Mend the fences.
She was trying to see, can we sort out our differences and let bygones be bygones and move on. And the Cambodian prime minister or president, whichever he is, I have no idea, released it to the news media, the phone call, and got her in a lot of hot water, and that's why she got suspended. And the Thais, basically, you give them bad face, they're going to react, and they did. They said, we're closing the border, and I think what they're probably looking for is a public apology by the prime minister from Cambodia before they reopen it.
Yeah, they've had these issues in the past, and they get resolved. Yeah, so we'll see.
Because Thailand's all about Thai face, Mike, and you'll hear it a lot when you're over here. And they're very proud people. And if you make a mistake in Thailand and you offend a Thai person, the easiest way out of it is apologize. Don't think, oh, I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to stoop to that level. Apologize. I do it regularly when I first came here. I was making mistakes left, right, and center, and I would instantly apologize, say, oh, katot, katot, katot. That means I'm sorry in Thai. And they're very, very forgiving people. As soon as you say those words, katot, it's over. It's done with. Whatever problem that you had, for example, you go to a bar and you're drinking there with your buddies, and buddies say, oh, come on, let's go to this bar, and you forget to pay your bill, and you're walking out, and the waitress comes running after you in the street, says, hey, you need to pay your bill, and they're angry at you, and they're yelling at you. Just say, oh, katot, katot, lum, lum, which means forgot in Thai. And yes, I can speak basic Thai. And you say those words, katot, lum, sorry, I forgot. Go in and pay it, and they're like, okay, thank you so much, cop and cop, and away you go.
Does this happen a lot?
I've forgotten to pay the bill a couple of times because you're with a group of people, and it's like everybody's getting up and leaving, and you're getting up and leaving, and you go to walk out the door. Oh damn, I forgot to pay the bill. Because you pay it at the end, you build up a tab. They give you a receipt in a little cup. It's not like you pay as you go in the West. Every beer that you buy in a bar in America, you pay for it instantly. Same in England, same in Australia, Canada, you pay for it instantly. If you're well known by the bar, you can probably run a bar tab. But for most people going in there, no, you pay the moment you order a drink, you pay for it. In Thailand, you can order food, you can order drinks, you can sit there 3-4 hours, and they'll just keep giving you a receipt with your updated bill.
I thought maybe you had short hands with deep pockets.
No.
Why? Why are you laughing?
Yeah.
Captain Action, Mary Abel, that's awesome. Good luck and Godspeed. Vegas Chris, so what is the average cost these days for a full retirement visa from America?
If you're doing it from the US, I have no idea is the answer to that question, Chris, because you can apply through the Thai embassy near where you live, or consulate in the US, and I know there's several around. And TikTok services actually said to me when we went there 2 days ago that they're recommending that people apply with the embassy, get the 3-month non-O retirement visa, and then get it finalized when you get here as a option that they can deal with a heck of a lot easier. They can get you a bank, even with Bangkok Bank, not a problem. They can get you one with anybody that you like, and it makes the process easier for them. They said don't do the non-OA because that one's a lot of red tape, but you can do the non-O 3-month entry process to the retirement visa, because you get a 3-month and then you get 12-month on top of it for a total of 15 months. If you get that 3-month before you come to Thailand, then it's much easier for them. But there are agents here, like I said in the beginning part of the stream, that can still do it. Right now, for example, Mike on Soy 6 one-stop visa can.
Yeah, and Sing can as well.
Yeah.
Average cost, I would say Vegas, first time,
If you're doing it here in Thailand.
Yeah, you're probably looking at 1,500 to 1,800 American.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Your renewals obviously are a lot less. So going forward, the first one's always going to be your most expensive. But yeah, and part of that's determined if do you want multiple entry? It's a little more. If you're single entry, some people they go with single entry. You know what I mean? And then you're obviously a little less. So, but yeah, I'll give you a ballpark.
Exactly.
Jack Breeze, skirmish over the temple. He's talking about Cambodia and the border. That probably
there's a land
initiated
dispute.
Yeah, land dispute. Border was on, temple was on that part of the border, that land. So I think that's part of it.
Which Thailand owns, and they have the receipts to say they've owned it for a long time. And basically, that's how it happened.
Cambodia thinks they got that illegally.
Yeah,
yeah. So who knows? Blake Drums, wouldn't taking a cheap flight from the airport near you be a lot easier for a border run, or is that a no-no?
No, you can do it. We do have an airport here near Pattaya, and it's called Utapao Airport, better known as Pattaya Airport. And it does fly to neighboring Asian countries. So it's only from Jomtien, where we live, about a 40-minute drive from here to the airport. And you can just jump on one of them and go to Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, and then fly back in.
Yeah. And if you're closer to Bangkok, obviously you'd use one of the other two airports up there. But so yeah, that's not an issue. And it's not a no-no. No, it's probably a lot of people do it. Captain Action, Marina Bell, that is great and awesome. Good news for you. I think that's the move to Hua Hin.
Yes.
We covered that. Subwoofer, hey Cooper and Brooke, just put my house on the market, getting ready to come to Thailand, putting 100K into Misty. It's going to get them about, say, 5,000 shares.
Yeah.
You're going to live good here on that, buddy.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, even if it's only $1 a share,
that'll give you a $5,000
yeah,
a
that's
month
double
dividend.
what you need.
Yeah. You'll be
Subwoofer also says, hit that like button, make Darlene smile, guys.
Yes, please.
Who hasn't hit
165
that
people
like
watching on the live stream.
I'm going to check it right now to see who hasn't hit that. There's Julie Perkins from Banks Array. Hi from Alaska. Oh, no, sorry. On the Villa V Odyssey.
Beautiful cruise ship.
Julie and Linda.
Yeah, and hello, Julie and Linda from your beautiful cruise ship on the Villa V Odyssey in Alaska. I've always wanted to do that cruise, so me and Darlene are extremely jealous. Alaska is supposed to be some fantastic countryside, and the cruise ships go in there, and it's fantastic, and they see bears hunting for fish in the streams and stuff like that. It would be absolutely awesome. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
And we're on our next cruise on September 28th, doing a back-to-back Mediterranean cruise from Barcelona to Venice, Italy.
Aren't you living the life?
Trying to, with my Misty shares.
Well done. JJ, should U.S. expats worry about the new remittance tax effective January 1st?
No.
1% tax, all money transferred out of the U.S. to other countries.
No.
News to me. I wouldn't worry about that.
No. And they have filed for a royal decree, and that's supposed to be signed by the king this month. And when it does, I will put it straight out on our channel that there will be no dual taxation on foreigners here in Thailand.
I think that's talking about the U.S., though, doing that tax.
Well, the U.S. did declare they are now doing a 36% from the 1st of August tariff on China. on Thailand and several Asian countries around the area. But that is still up for negotiation if they come to the table, which right now we don't really have a government in charge, so to speak, because they're waiting to see what's going to happen to the actual prime minister. Is she going to win her case, come back and be in charge, or is the interim government going to stay? It's in a little bit of a flux. So who they've got actually dealing with the Thailand delegation to go to the U.S. and barter an agreement in regards to trade, we don't know. But as far as the rule that came in January the 1st, 2024, they've said they're going to rescind that rule, and they don't need to do it by a vote in Parliament. They only need to do it by a royal decree, because that's how it came in the first place. So they don't need to have a vote on it, and it's been unanimously decided that that's the way to go. And they've already filed it, sent it to the king's office, sitting on his desk, waiting for him to sign it, amongst a lot of other paperwork that he's got to sign daily.
I think that rant you just went on was nothing related to what this question is. So
I don't know what the 1% tax is.
I think it was from what I heard
Mm.
something in the big beautiful bill, and it's talking about a 1% tax on all money transferred out of the US to other countries,
Okay.
any other country. I'll have to do more research on that, JJ, to see if that actually still was in there and what that is, because it's like a ridiculous type of charge. You know, call it a bank fee, 1%. You want to send $1,000 over, the government wants $10 of that.
Yeah.
You know, what a scammers, they're looking for every way they can get a buck. But I would think hopefully that's not happening, because at 1%, if it starts to work, they'll go to 2 or 1.5. You know what I mean? Eventually things will just keep going up. But
if that's the case, JJ, there's a way around it. Buy crypto. Buy crypto
True.
over in the US. Come over here, sell it on the exchange here in Thailand, which is called BitCub. 0 tax on crypto in Thailand. 0.
You'd wonder how they'd monitor that. Yeah. Like, so that's a good point. No,
You just put it in a cold wallet, bring it over here,
bring it over with you,
and sell it.
Yeah.
The easy way to transfer your money without paying any tax on it.
Well, you got to figure if a guy's buying a condo and it's 100,000 US, that's $1,000 tax, just that alone for transferring the money here.
Yeah,
like that's a crock. Let me check on that though. I'll have to go into that big beautiful bill. I'll probably use Grok and just see if that is part of it. Government say, there you go. Ronald Reichert says, good morning, CBD from Daytona Beach. There you're right.
And good morning to you, Ronald. And thank you too for being a channel member.
A lot of Floridians. Live and learn with Mike. Good morning, DJ Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene.
Good morning, Mike. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Poor dog. Good morning, Mr. Coop, Mr. Schneider, and all those in the chat from West Virginia. Every day at work means one day closer to the land of smiles. Thanks for my daily fix, gents.
And you're very welcome, Mr. Ford. And thank you, too, for being a channel member.
Scotty Jean from New Zealand says, afternoon, Cooper and Brooke and Darlene from Scotty.
In New Zealand.
Yeah, I already said that. I know that. Geez, we got 164 people watching this. Cool.
Good.
Hit that like button. Make Darlene smile. Frank T says, do you guys normally withdraw dollars from the ATM? I do. Or prefer to get it face-to-face from a bank personnel in the bank? No, I don't.
No, I take it from the ATM. But for most of my transactions over here, Frank, I use what the bank apps have here. It's called ScanPay.
Yeah.
And it works super fantastic. Several establishments over here have gone non-cash. So, for example, Starbucks won't take cash at Bangkok Hospital. I know that. Stone Cold Ice Cream in the mall, they won't take cash either. It's either card or ScanPay.
It's the way of the future.
Stops fraud. You know, people stealing from the cash register, being tempted or anything like that. Not saying Thais are bad people. Majority are very good. But it takes the temptation away.
Yep.
If you're only doing digital transactions, it's very good. So really, I don't carry a lot of cash on me. There's no need once you got the retirement visa and you got the Thai bank account. ScanPay does everything, and it's instant. The moment they show you their QR code from their bank and you scan it with your camera on your bank app, it's in there. You know, the moment you hit send, it goes bing, and it's on their phone.
They're far further ahead here than in the West.
Yes.
And I was in Canada and Florida for that many years. I was blown away with the technology here, guys. That ScanPay, as Coop mentioned, is fantastic. I try and use it as much as possible just because it's so simple, easy to track. You see, you know, and as far as the cash, your question, Frank, I take out 10,000 baht at a time. Okay. And that'll last. Maybe I'll do that 2-3 times a month. Again, I try and use ScanPay as much as possible. So I tend to walk around with a little bit of cash and, you know, obviously your bank card or not bank card, the ScanPay, which is on, you know, my phone. But yeah, that's it. It's as Coop said, you're getting less and less cash places around. They're more, and everyone's uses the ScanPay.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the QR codes are there. You can be buying a kebab and they'll have ScanPay if you want it for 80 baht.
I normally carry like a couple thousand baht in change for tipping.
Yeah.
You know, we'll go out to a restaurant. I tip the waiters normally, you know, and I always carry some, you know, 20 and 100 baht notes for tipping, and never more than about 2,000 baht, you know. So maybe I take out 10,000 for the whole month.
Yeah. Okay. I do a little more than that, but then I'll, do, you give Jackie a little bit. Hey, she's going shopping, or, I mean, if I go to the Tops next door, you're picking up milk or I'll probably just pay the cash for that. So let's tend to go. Steve Boston says, hi, gang from Australia. Just got my 84-day visa approved just in time. No visit to immigration needed. For me, see you all soon. What type of visa is that for 84
90-day entry visa, I think.
Okay, maybe that is.
Maybe. Who knows?
Good on
and
you, Stevie.
Well done, Stephen. And thank you, too, for being a channel member from Down Under. Much appreciated.
Matthew Swickard. Hi, Cooper, Brooke, Darlene, and crew.
Hello, Matthew.
Captain Action. Wow, hit that agree, the thanks, like button. Okay.
Yes, please.
Coop, what's Duke doing these days?
I have no idea.
Where is he? Come on. Good morning from sunny Wahin. Landed permanently on July the 6th. So what are we at here? We're at the 8th or 9th? 9th we are. So you've been here 3 days.
Well done. Yes, he's 3 days in the land of smiles.
Duke.
And congratulations, Duke.
Yeah, guys.
On your trip to Thailand.
When's the next meet and greet here? Well, hopefully maybe we'll see him at the meet and greet.
And I have a little announcement. The shirts have just arrived from our vendor, our Hello Tubers Coopersthaiadventure t-shirts. And I said on a live stream a couple days ago that we were going to be giving away 20 t-shirts to those that come to our meet and greet this month. And there you go. They've all arrived. So we got 20 t-shirts here, all white, saying Hello Tubers. And they're fantastic shirts. They're made of the quick dry material.
Yeah.
So they don't have sweat stains in there, and they keep you nice and cool. You really don't want to be wearing cotton in Thailand. You will sweat to death. So we have 20 shirts to give away. And what we're going to do is we're going to give them to 20 people that turn up at our meet and greet later on this month. And we're going to do it to new people that come. A lot of people were here last year when we had our big giveaway. And they already got shirts.
Yeah, if you already got one.
If you already got one, we're not going to give you a second one, folks. It's not fair to the new people that come that want one as well. So we'll be giving it to the new people that come only. So normally have a great turnout with about 50 plus people per meet and greet, of which about 30 are new. So we got shirts for you, folks.
And the next meet and greet, Coop, so you know, is July 22nd. That's fourth Tuesday, right, of the month.
Yeah.
And that's only 13 days away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we're also having our raffle for my Xbox. You can win my personal Xbox at the raffle. And that's open to everybody, by the way.
But you have to be there.
You have to be there. You'll put your name in a hat. Brooke will pick out the lucky person. And you don't want to do it.
Your wife to do it.
I'll get Jackie to do it. And that person will win a beautiful Xbox.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And that's 6 o'clock, Fraser's, July the 22nd. Fraser's up on Tepperset Road. No, Trapaya Road. Sorry. Yeah. To me, it's Second Road, but yeah, and great food. Nomad Jack, wow. And Pinky says, good morning, CBD and gang.
Good morning, Jack and Pinky, and welcome to the live stream. Great meeting up with you guys last night for Mrs. Washington's birthday, 36th birthday.
Those Filipinas have a ball.
Yes, they do.
Robert Nutt, sounds like a great time to put your money in another bank. And if enough people do that, it will maybe interrupt bank's operations and cause them to rethink things.
Well, they had to. The government came down on them, Robert. It wasn't them, rethinking things. They were opening bank accounts for anybody, including tourists coming over here. But the government's had a clampdown on it and made them get rid of all the bad people that they had, the Chinese that were laundering money and using it for illicit funds and scamming and phone scamming and all that. They were doing it through the Bangkok Bank. So they've now had to tie it down and, work by the letter of the law, and they've been ordered to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not Bangkok Bank needs to rethink things. It's, they've been ordered to do this.
Well, I've always talked in the past, Coop, you're in your country back home, do your redundancies, your plan A, your plan B, have your credit cards, have your, your ways to get funds, have your options available. You get here and kind of, with this Bangkok thing, you want to have two banks here, in my opinion, in case one wasn't working. What are you going to do for money?
Exactly.
So to Robert, it's your point. I wouldn't worry. I mean, my Bangkok, yours is working fine, so
Yeah.
we're going to keep those.
Fantastic.
But we're just going to branch out to a second bank. In my case, at SCB, Siam Commercial, and I think you're looking at Krung C.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, that's a good thing. Plan B.
Yeah.
You know, option. Frank T, have you guys ever had any banking issues we should be aware of?
One that I can be honest, Frank, and I'll tell it like it is. I always do, boots on the ground experience, good, bad, and ugly. And I have had problems with Bangkok Bank. What problems have I had? Specifically, when I go outside of Asia, I can't use my Bangkok Bank ATM card. We did on our very first cruise trip. After that, it never worked since. And my wife has Bangkok Bank. I have Bangkok Bank. We've tried various different ATM machines, and we make sure the symbols on the back of the card match the ATM that we're using and that it should be accepted. And I've complained till my top of my head to Bangkok Bank saying, why isn't this working? So what I did as a workaround is I got one of their prepaid credit cards and I loaded up with money before I go on vacation, and I can just use that.
Oh, okay.
That was my workaround. Everywhere I've gone in Asia, I've been able to use my Bangkok Bank ATM machine. Out of Asia, problem. And I notify the bank before I go on vacation too. I was like, I'm going here. I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, whatever. I plan on using the ATM machines for cash. And I've had no luck. They say, oh, okay, we've updated the system. I get there. I try and do it. No.
I use Wise. Wise works fine. It's funny. So we had a stopover in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. Well, believe it or not, in Wise, I could open a ringgit jar, I call it, transfer some either Canadian or US into the ringgit. So bingo. And then when I use that to pay, it's in ringgit. So it's automatic. So I like Wise for that reason, that it's like a...
That's why I got the credit card.
Yeah. Well, it's like a credit card is what I was going to say. So, yeah. So there's options to work around that.
Now, I did initially, I'll be fair and full disclosure, I did initially apply for a credit card with SCB and I got it. However, I gave it back after 6 months, and I'm only with Bangkok Bank now for the credit card. Why did I do it? Because SCB, when they issue you a prepaid card, the credit limit you have to you want on there, say 100,000 baht, 3,000 US dollars, you have to have 200,000 in there.
Hello. They want double the money, and it's a prepaid card.
Exactly.
Well, that don't make sense.
Bangkok Bank, if you want
dollar for dollar,
is dollar for dollar, baht for baht. If you want 100,000 in there, you only need to put 100,000 on the card. So for me, that was fantastic. And also with SAB, I didn't like that they charge 16% if you fall below that 200,000 limit for more than 30 days. There's a 16% penalty there for your own money. Yeah. I don't like that at all. No. I was like, you can have this card back. So I'm just waiting for them to give me my 200,000 baht back, which they said they'll give it to me by Friday of this week. Well, they ain't going to, because Thursday and Friday bank is closed. So it'll probably be Tuesday.
Yeah,
Wednesday,
it'll be Tuesday next week. They'll collect a bit more interest on it.
Yeah.
Vegas Chris says, how cute are you two with your matching to the moon coffee cups?
Well, we got these from Africa Islam. He brought them over for us. Bitcoin to the moon.
Yeah, to the moon, boys. Yeah, it's going to take off soon, guys. So it's on sale right now. Richard Woolley, hello, tubers, and all you lovely people.
And hello, Richard, and everybody watching on the live stream.
Streaming music. I missed the part about the 99-year lease. Was that just for the casinos, or was that for all property, i.e. houses?
All. And what they're doing is they're proposing this bill for the Thai parliament that foreigners can now you can buy a house in Thailand. Let me get this myth out the way. People saying you can't own houses in Thailand. BS. You can. Anybody can own a house in Thailand. The stipulation is you can't own the land. Foreigners are not allowed to own land, but you can own the house and the land the house is built on, but the surrounding area you cannot. Okay, it's called a shinut, and you will get the title in your own name for the house. Currently, there's a 30-year land lease, which you can renew twice. It's got to be renewed at the end of the 30 years, not in agreement at the beginning, which has got a lot of people upset. And up to a maximum of 90 years. The government wants to do away with that and make a one-time land lease for 99 years. And that's not only for the casinos, that's for everybody, including you and I. So if you wanted to buy a house over here, you can do that and lease the land for 99 years. And you're good for 3 generations, folks. So that'll cover my life, my wife's life, our children's lives, and their children's lives as well.
99 would create a lot of interest.
It would create a lot of interest and be a big, huge game changer for me going forward buying a house in Thailand.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd even look at it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is due to be going through Parliament next month. So look out for that. And when it's updated and it comes out, believe me, I will be singing to the hills about it here in Thailand because I'll be looking at buying a house.
Zandra Gupanescu says, question, for an onward flight, if I asked on arrival, where is a cheap place to fly from Bangkok, if asked on arrival?
They do ask from 50% of the time,
Yeah,
I would say
on.
now, off and on. I have had subscribers been asked for it and refused entry into Thailand. So I always say get an onward ticket if you're coming here to retire. You really need it. And we call it a throwaway ticket, one that you're never going to use. And many people have asked that question on our Facebook group there. And it's in the banner down below. It's called Coopersthaiadventure Community on Facebook, only for subscribers of our YouTube channel. Go on there and they list the websites. So you can actually search at the top of the Facebook group for that question and it'll come up with the answers. And there are quite a lot of websites out there that do it. And the price is $50 or less.
Typically, yeah.
Is what I've been able to fly.
Anywhere. Like Laos can, but you just find the cheapest flight.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you could book like a return ticket within 30 days, I believe the onward flight has to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're landing, say, 1st of August, Sandra, you need to show your outward ticket leaving within 60 days because you're getting a 60-day entry.
60 or 30?
60 now.
60. Okay.
Yeah.
So you could book your return ticket, but make it a cancelable onward ticket. Sorry. Yeah. Make it a cancelable ticket so you can actually get your refund, and that's fine.
But it's, I mean, most people I've found that have done it through the websites they've listed on our Facebook group there, Sandra, they're paying about $30, $35 for an onward throwaway ticket.
Do it that way, easier.
Yeah. To neighboring country, like Brooke said, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam.
Robert Nutt with some Texas humor. Good morning, CBD. Sorry I forgot my manners and failed to open with salutations. Good morning, fellow tubers.
Good morning, Robert.
David Lowe, 174 days and counting. Who's counting? Can't wait to get back to Patio Jumptien and being a handsome man again. Click that like button.
Yeah, and thank you, David, for coming on and joining us. And we had a fabulous time with you when you were out here last time. Looking forward to you coming back, bud. About time you retired.
That's what the ladies tend to say to
all of us. Oh, you're such a handsome man.
Yeah. You can be, you know, whatever. And you're a handsome man.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of makes you feel good. But John Bain, greetings from Wahin. There's another Wahin. Spent the weekend on Monday in Patio Jumptien, toured España and Laguna Maldives 3.
That's right.
I don't like that Laguna Maldives 3, but John.
It's getting run down a bit.
Well, yeah, it's too far out in the boonies and bad management, I found, you know. They cut my water off after 10 days from the last guy hadn't paid. Yeah, so no, not a good experience. Logan C. Hey, boys, love watching you guys while I'm at work.
And hello, Logan. Thank you for coming on and joining us from work.
Live and learn with Mike. America has announced 36% reciprocal tariff on imports from Thailand, effective August 1st. Yeah.
And they also said that is subject to change. If they come back with and say we want to continue negotiations, then they can lower that as well.
I think Trump is not interested in people stalling. A lot of countries seem to be stalling on their agreements, so he's putting them on. Logan C., I'm confused. Do I wear a white or neon shirt? I'll go with my neon banana hammock. Tommy Lee, the Tominator. Good morning, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. Bought more Misty at this level.
Yeah, it's down.
It's on sale, yeah.
It is currently on sale. Good. I
got to look at this Ulti. Brownie was asking me to look into that and see what I thought. So, yeah, do that. Tommy Lee again says, hit that like button, make Darlene happy. 137 watching and only 56 likes. Well, we're up to 175 now.
Yeah, 177
Tominator.
people watching now. Please hit the like button if you're enjoying the show. That's all we ask, and it's free to do. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, and then give us a comment, a question that you want to know about Thailand. We're here, boots on ground experience, and we're more than happy to answer it. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button. Both free.
Everybody loves free.
Win-win.
Best National. Brooke, Canadian YouTuber, Canadian with a T-shirt, mentioned BMO CDR that lets Canadians buy foreign stocks with Canadian dollars. CDR. German and Japan stocks said directly, no large fees, called BMO CDR. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. But yeah, let's Canadians see. I mean, I buy foreign stocks with Canadian. I prefer to stay invested in US dollars, so. Yeah, I just don't trust the Canadian peso. Scotty Jean says, go New South Wales, Blues, Rugby League rules from New Zealand. Okay, he's on the other side.
Yeah.
Fence, that boy. Logan C, I too get a lot of enjoyment watching the girls having fun. Innocent fun, of course, correct. Like going to the library.
Okay, learning something new.
Bubba, aka Richard Duger, August 4th, here I come. Yeah, he's not too far off. Tell Darlene I got 2 boxes for her, and everybody hit that like button for her. Make her smile, even not know that she is one crazy woman.
Oh, Bubba, you might want to get her 3 boxes for that comment. My wife loves American snacks like ding dongs, ho-hos, and Twinkies, and some of the subscribers bring them over for her, and she loves it. She shares it out with other Filipinos here, and they all sit there and snack by the pool doing karaoke and having a blast. So thank you to each and everybody that's done that for her, because you don't see her. She's in the background. She's the channel moderator, making sure we don't have any bots on our channel, keeping out all the bad people. She runs the Facebook group, keeping all the bad people out of there. And we have a great time on here, and we owe it all to my wife, because she's made sure that it's only the good people that come on here and join us, such as yourself. So thank you.
She's a hard worker.
Good wife and loving wife, Miss Darlene Cooper.
Ricardo Crosby, morning, Cooper and team.
Good morning, Ricardo. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
I'll be abroad, headed that way 2 weeks from this Friday, staying close to Dustin's when I
think it means Dusset.
Dusset, okay. When I thought I messed up, 35 more shares of Misty showed up in my account.
Oh, wow.
Good for you.
Nice.
Yeah. Slow and steady. Friday it showed up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, it's Mr. JD. Hi, gents. Great stuff. Just joined.
And thank you, Mr. JD, and thank you for being a channel member and helping support the channel with that badge right there next to your name. Much appreciated, and welcome to the channel.
Rich Price, availability of 1 and 2 bedrooms in Dusset Grand Park 2.
1 hard to come by, 2 there's plenty right now.
Yeah,
studios and 2 bedrooms are readily available right now. 1 bedrooms, they're sort of coming in and
most popular 1 bedrooms.
Yeah.
They're definitely building all around us out here. So going forward, there should never be a shortage of supply in our area.
And we're currently at 72 of our subscribers are living right here in our condominium complex.
Goes up every month, doesn't it?
And every time we go out by the pool, we always see a group of them, sitting there chatting in the cabanas, chatting in the pool, having a blast.
Yeah. It's fun times in Thailand. El Romeo, I'm having a great evening. I'm watching you two while I'm packing my flip-flops and shades. Time for the beach in Thailand. Time to check in. Yeah, he's on his way.
See you soon, Alpha. And we have our first shout out to give from Mr. Frank S. Lucenti, who bought us 3 coffees and say, enjoy drinks. And thank you, Mr. Frank. Much appreciated. How did you do it? That QR code right there is our Buy Me a Coffee link. Costs $5, or and you can buy us a coffee. So thank you, Frank, or you can call it buy us a beer, whatever. I like both.
I like coffee. Scotty S. from Wahan. Good morning, all.
Good morning, Scotty.
Michael Wise, the 1% doesn't apply if you are a U.S. citizen. Only applies to those without a social security number.
It's for those doing it for remittance, then.
Okay.
That are maybe working in America and then sending the money back home. Yeah. A lot of Filipinos do that. There's a lot of Filipino nurses and school teachers that work in the US, and they go over on work visas and then they send the money back to their home to help support their families.
Bingo. Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
good to know. Gary Courtney, Cooper, does the Bangkok hospital bill the FMP for you for service-connected issues you have with the VA?
Okay, Gary, let me simplify that for you. They don't bill the FMP, okay? They bill the VA directly. FMP is your foreign medical program that you need if you're a veteran and of the U.S. military, and you need to apply for them to get accepted for claims for overseas. And it generally takes about a week to 2 weeks. I've heard people that have had it less than that, but that's sort of the consensus. It takes about a week to 2 weeks. So before you come out here, about a month before you come out to Thailand, make sure you go on the FMP website for my fellow veterans, such as myself, and apply so you can get your VA related disabilities covered over here in Thailand. And Bangkok Hospital here in Pattaya will bill the VA directly. So super fantastic. FMP is just the foreign medical program that you need to sign up to so the VA can do it while you're overseas.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Malcolm Hawkins, that name rings a bell.
Yes.
Good day from Team Coops.
Good A to you too, Malin Katea.
Elvia Broad, I think it might be if you're sending to someone else. Okay.
For the 1% transfer, yeah.
Dennis L., big shout out to Jay Washington and his wife Lydia for the invite to a great time last night, the birthday party. I enjoyed myself very much.
And so did I, and so did
everyone
Brooke,
else
and
there,
so did our wives. And it was great to see your wife too, Marcella, laughing and joking with the girls, having a great old time.
Good food, affordable, beachfront, beautiful views. Yeah. And place was busy.
Yeah, proud of my kill.
Yep.
Yeah. Fantastic
there
meal.
Again. Phil L., the 1% remittance tax is not supposed to apply to U.S. citizens. Okay, good to know.
And our newest channel member, Matthew Swickard, now has the badge next to his name right there for only $2 a month and helps support the channel. Thank you, Matthew. Much appreciated.
Blake's Drums, Google Voice Search says big, beautiful
bulls. Yeah.
I mean, Bill will charge 1% on remittances. Thanks, Donald.
Okay.
Yeah,
for non-Americans, I think that's the consensus there.
Mark Schaefer, good morning, Coop, Brooke, and Darlene. Do you know of anyone using Google Pay there?
I don't know.
No, I don't.
But the Thais, they do the scam pay here.
Yeah.
I don't know if Google Pay is actually accepted here in Thailand. I've never seen anybody doing it. Very good question, though. I'll see what I can find out for you, Mark.
I will
let you know next Saturday.
I mean, everyone we've talked
to, look into it.
Never mentioned it. So
yeah.
2 years, I've never heard of that. Elvia Abroad, Wise Card is supposed to have scan pay. I guess I will see if it works. Well, yeah, I've never used scan pay with Wise. Maybe it does. I have a physical card, which I recommend if you can get one because it works like a debit card or Visa.
My wife now has the digital Wise Card.
Bingo.
We got that set up for her.
Yeah. Do it, techie.
No, she did it.
Oh, yeah, she would be able to. I wouldn't. Timmy P, good day to the CBD gang and everyone. Greetings from Edmonton. I hope you're all well. Nice haircut, Coop.
Thank you.
It looks like I'm looking at twins on split screen.
A lot of people were asking if you're going to get your haircut, like mine and Dennis and JE, because we all have the same haircut, and we're asking if you're going to do it. And I believe that Nomad Jack said he'll do it if you do it, and Brownie said he'll do it if you do it, and Nomad Jack do it.
Brownie's the hold up. Brownie has a big head of hair. He's not doing it.
Yeah, but I think it's great. Free aircon.
Free aircon, yeah.
There you go for the brain.
Phil L. Brooke, unlike 7-Eleven, the Tops accepts the bank scan pay.
Yes, they do accept the bank scan pay here in Thailand, except for the electricity bill. I went there yesterday to pay our electricity bill at Tops, and they would only accept cash for that.
Yeah, but they accept scan pay at 7-Eleven, right?
No.
Oh, they don't?
Nope.
Oh, I guess I've always used cash then.
Yeah, only cash.
I don't buy much there.
You can get a 7-Eleven card, which they do accept. It's called True.
Okay.
And it's one of those preloaded ones, and you could use that. But they also accept Wise at 7-Eleven.
They do?
Yes. Credit cards. Yep. They will accept at 7-Eleven.
I've used that there.
Yeah.
Jeff Trio, can't wait for my shirt.
And we got it here, Jeff. We actually got your shirt here. I think you were one of our contestant winners, and we have your shirt. It's finally arrived. We got it yesterday, so we'll get that sent out to you probably next week, because Thursday and Friday everything's closed here, all the government offices, including the post office. So give me until they get back open again Monday, Tuesday. I'll get it in the mail for you, bud.
Matthew Sweckert, I know it's not a popular plan, but I'd intended to get my OA in the U.S. before I leave.
Okay.
Did you say the visa agents gave a hard time dealing with OA for some reason?
No, what I did say, Matthew, is once you're on the OA, you can't come off the OA and transfer onto the non-O. You actually physically have to leave Thailand and then come in and reapply to do the non-O here. And one of the several of the things that people don't like about the OA retirement visa applying outside of Thailand is because they want you to have a full bank statement. They want you to have a medical. They want you to have a complete criminal background check. And all of that is not required here in Thailand when you apply for your retirement visa. So I've always said, if you want to miss all the red tape and cut through all of it and just get it simple and easy without having to jump through hoops to get your retirement visa, do it here in Thailand. None of those checks are required. And you don't have to have medical insurance either. So you can self-insure or whatever you want, or pay as you go with your medical. If you don't like insurance companies, with the OA retirement visa, you are required to have medical insurance, and they give you a list of about 5 pre-approved ones that they accept. And I've had subscribers that have done it, Michael, get the medical insurance, come over here to Thailand, and it's useless. It's not worth the paper it's written on.
Oh.
So choice is yours. I just put it out on the channel, the hard truths, and let you guys decide for yourself what's best for you. But I do this based on those that have been through it and done the process and the feedback that I'm getting. And they're all saying they would never do the OA again. The non-O is much better.
Yeah, and do that here.
Yeah. Yeah, and do that here in Thailand.
Get an agent.
But you can go through the Thai embassy in your home country there, Matthew, or consulate, and tell them you want to do the non-O and get the 3-month non-O and then finish the process here in Thailand.
Good to know. Scotty S. from Wahin, sounds like we need to gather all the Wahinites for a meal or 2 or 12.
Yeah, easy. All you got to do is post it on our Facebook group, Scott, and there's about a dozen of you over there. So no problem. You guys are welcome to post your own little get-togethers on our Facebook group. We don't mind that whatsoever. And yeah,
be good to do.
For those that are in Wahin, meet up, have some fun, make some friends.
Well, every 100 people come here, probably 10 might go to Wahin. So
yeah,
you're always getting more wherever you are.
Exactly.
Good. CC Tube 13. Good morning, good evening from Orlando. Another Floridian.
And good morning, CC.
Live and learn with Mike. Cooper, will you personally going to have your signature on that Xbox?
My autograph? Nobody wants my autograph.
Come on.
I'm not famous. I'm just a YouTuber.
Scotty Richmond from California. Hey, Cooper, regarding car insurance, what is your guesstimate of your premium for your Everest when it comes due? I understand you get the first year of coverage, no charge.
Yes, and I just renewed my insurance, and it was $25,000 for the first year, which you get free. And because I didn't have any accidents, the insurance company called me from Bangkok and said, we're giving you a discount this year. It's now $23,000, and that's fully comprehensive.
Yeah.
And that covers any driver as well, Scotty. So Brooke wanted to borrow my car one day. He doesn't have to have his own independent insurance, or Darlene wants to drive it. She doesn't have to have
Unlike the West,
her own insurance. And this is done with a company called Ford Insure.
Okay.
Other companies don't offer that, but Ford Insure does. Okay. Some do, some don't. So you always got to check the fine print when you're lending out your vehicle or your car to a very good friend or family member. Make sure you read the fine print and says that it covers all drivers, because my policy covers the car, not the driver.
With that first year coverage you get that with the bikes. I got that on my bike.
Yeah.
But what you find, Scotty, is it's like the barest bones you can buy. It's basically, I think it's called third-party liability. So it's the no frills, bare bones. I guess everyone needs to have insurance. That's what they'll give you. So what you want to do is you want to immediately upon purchase, if it's a vehicle, in my opinion, I would go and find a broker and get the rest is Coop has done. You know, the full comprehensive and replacement value in that.
So for the fully comprehensive insurance, to translate it from Thai baht, it equates to $705 US for the
whole
year. Euro 601, Canadian dollar 964, British pound 519, Australian dollar 1,080.
And you would have what I would call,
and that's fully comprehensive.
Yeah, and a premium vehicle.
Yes.
So it's
covers you for breakdown, everything.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And it's probably half to a third the cost of what it would be in the West.
Yeah.
For a similar vehicle.
Yeah.
My opinion.
But yeah. Or if you have an accident or breakdown, you get a free loaner while you're waiting for your car to be repaired.
Pete says, went in my pocket to pay for the Thai baht bus, and I had grabbed the Canadian toonie by mistake. I gave it to the guy, and he looked at it and smiled. Yeah, he'll take it. Frank T, can you just transfer any unused amount from your Bangkok bank prepaid to your Bangkok bank account after you're done with it?
If you're referring to the credit card, yes.
Yeah.
I have it on my app that I can transfer cash onto that card, and then when I'm done with it, I can transfer it back.
Okay.
So yes, you can do that, and I have.
And what works good here, guys? So I did that second bank account I mentioned, and I just said, okay, I want to fund a little bit more. I transferred from Bangkok over there. It's instant. Like the banks don't wait 2 days to see if the money, it's instantly done.
Yeah,
that's good.
And when we were on the last cruise, when we went from South America to Europe across the Atlantic, I'd actually used my my Bangkok bank app to transfer money onto my card as and when I needed it onto my prepaid card. So it was it was there instantly available to use.
Oh, good.
So you can do that anywhere in the world on your Bangkok bank app. Yeah.
Scotty asked from Mohan, per ChatGPT and the 1% tax applies to cash-based remittances, money orders, cashier's checks, or physical cash sent via informal or formal channels. Okay, so cash-based remittances. Sounds like if you're going from bank to bank, you don't have an issue, maybe.
Okay.
Scotty S, electronic transfers funded by U.S. issued debit or credit cards or directly from bank accounts are exempt. Okay. Bingo. So
thank you for the clarification on that, folks.
Thanks a lot, Scotty. Terry Fallon from Bancroft. Guys and Darlene, just want to say great to see you and always enjoy your live stream.
And thank you, Terry. And thank you for being a channel member with a badge next to your name right there. Much appreciated. And you too, Vegas.
Chris says even if they pass a 99-year deal for the land, you wouldn't be worried about it being Thailand and then going backwards on these rules. I think I'd still be worried now.
And I wouldn't. And here's why, Chris. I've been coming to Thailand now and living here. I've been living here for 9 years total, but I've been coming to Thailand for more than 30 years. And one thing I've noticed in all the time that Thailand's had rules and regulations, they also have a thing called grandfather rights. Okay. And I know people that got a retirement visa on the old system where they only required to have 400,000 Thai baht in the bank. And to this day, when they renew it, they're still only required to have 400,000 instead of the 800,000 because they're grandfathered in under the old rules. So even if they do change the law, Chris, for this 99-year land lease, say a new party comes in government in 10 years' time, they want to change it, those that did it on the old rules are exempt until that 99-year land lease expires. So they can't do it. They have what they call a grandfather rule, and it's written into the Thai constitution that anybody that was on the old system is still allowed to do it that way until their death, basically. So super fantastic. And so those that are retired on the old retirement visa, where it was only 400,000, can do that up until the day they die. They can't make them say no, you have to have 800,000 in now. So it's fantastic.
I think it's possible.
And that would not worry me when buying a house.
No, it wouldn't worry me either. I'd put a very low probability on that event.
I'd put 0. Well, because of the grandfather rights.
Nothing's non-zero. But okay. So anyways, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah.
I would buy, and I'm pretty risk averse. New York Frank. Good evening, everyone. Landing September 10th in Bangkok, then over to Pattaya.
Okay. See you soon. And September is not far away. You're only 2 months away, New York, Frank. And thank you, too, for being a channel member.
Streaming music at Vegas, Chris, same, but I'd be less worried than I would be with the 30-year. Yeah.
Yeah, ditto.
Logan C, perfect in November. I'll use my second carry-on luggage to bring Darlene 52 kilograms
Oh,
of
wow.
ding-dongs and ho-hos.
She'll love you forever for that one,
Love
Logan.
you.
Wow.
Christopher Dillon, what happened with that lady stealing all the rent money?
Nothing. Basically, she got fired and she's out of the condo business for life now. She's blacklisted. There was no criminal procedures against her because it wasn't it was a civil matter, not a criminal matter. So people made contracts with her, and it's to their own disadvantage. So it was the owners that got hurt, not the renters. All of us renters got offered other condo rooms here by the developers because it was their employee. She was the sales and rental manager, and they felt responsible, and which they were, and they stood up and said, we're going to rehouse all of you. Don't worry, none of you are going to be homeless, and all of us are still living here, and we're not out of pocket one bit. The only thing that we did lose was our deposits. But what the developer did, which was really nice, they credited us and give us an extra month's rent in the new condo that they moved us into in Dusit Grand Part 2.
My case, I got the deposit transferred to my new unit.
Yeah,
so
or an extra month rent. I took the extra month rent.
No, I left the deposit there, so it's covered, and I'll get that money back. So.
Yeah, so it was a win-win for all of us, but a shame for her. She can no longer work in the condo industry. So that's it. That's what happened. And the police basically said, if you want, you can sue her with a civilly, but nobody wanted to get into it. Nah, her career is over with.
Captain Action, 104 likes. Good, we made it. Someone deserves a free membership to Cooper's Thai Adventure. Team Cooper is awesome.
And there you go. He did it. He gave Captain Action gifted
what a guy.
One person a Cooper's Thai Adventure membership. Thank you for that, Captain Action. So somebody will see in the chat when they type, they got the badge next to the name. Just give Captain Action a thank you. You now have free membership for 1 month.
Philippines in full effect. Hello, Cooper, Darlene, and Brooke from Stephen and Bea in Bangkok.
And hello, Stephen and Bea. Thank you for coming on and joining us. Two of our very good friends from the Philippines.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
And we got our next shout out from Scotty Richmond, your favorite. Bought us 3 coffees and says, thank you for another great live stream. Going to email you a question about the Mediterranean cruise. Okay, no problem. Send me an email and I'll answer it for you. And for those that have sent me emails in the past, we do have our email address right there on the banner. Everybody's free to email us. If your email has not been answered, sometimes it goes to the spam folder and I have no control over that. Send me a reminder. Okay, just send me a reminder saying, hey, Coop, I sent you an email. It hasn't been answered. And send me a second email and I can go in and try and track it. It's very hard for me to go back and look for 3 months ago when you sent the original email. It's very hard for me to find, almost impossible, as I get on average 300 to 400 emails per day. And I answer them all personally. Nobody answers them for me. I do it all by myself. So please, if I haven't answered your email and it's been a couple weeks or a month, send me a reminder, send me a second email, and hopefully I'll then check my spam folder to see if it accidentally went in there for you folks. It's not me doing it intentionally. It's just if I don't see it, I don't get it. And some people, when they put our email address, they spell it wrong. The email address is there. It's Cooper's Thai Adventure, plural. Singular, sorry, not plural. So don't put an S on the Cooper's Thai Adventure at the end of venture because it doesn't go to us. We don't get it. It's lost in cyberspace. So please make sure that you type the email address correctly.
I had no idea you were getting that much volume
per day. I'll just show you guys.
Everyone expects a quick response, I suppose.
Yeah.
So my hat's off to you.
Yeah,
because
in the last 48 hours, I'll show you, I've got 496 emails. There you go, right there at the top under the M. 496 emails I've received in the last 2 days. So I get a lot.
Well, I'm awful lucky because all I have to do is show up.
Exactly.
I don't have to answer any of
that. Yeah. Yeah. So if you haven't heard from me in 1 week, I say give me a week to answer them because I do get quite a lot, as you've seen. Give me a week. If I haven't replied, send me a reminder because it may have gone to the wrong email address or spam folder.
I'll tell you, it's lucky we have fun here. If it wasn't fun, don't do it. Logan C, where's the QR code for buying you a joint?
Joking,
Just joking, boys. Rich Price, thank you for the gift membership. Wow.
And there you go. Rich was the lucky
Richie
person.
Rich.
He's now a channel member.
Logan C, what's the age range for your meetups?
Well, we've had children come to our meetups, Logan. So people come, families come with their kids sometimes.
Yeah.
So we get kids there, and we get them all the way up to I think our oldest subscriber ever came to a meetup was 88 years old.
Bingo, yeah.
88. So
and
that's
40,
our age.
early 40s would be, you know, there is people retired here in their early
At 40s, yeah.
Yeah. So that, you know, God bless them. But you know, 50s to 60s is quite a bit. 70s is
I would say the average is between 50 and 60.
Yeah. I would say the
majority,
older, but you know, yeah, the majority.
Yeah,
sure.
Sorry. Yeah.
But it's surprising. Some of these guys, you'll say, and you know, you'll ask them, how old are you? And you know, kind of how long you've been here, been retired. And some of them shock you.
I know.
Like they look like they're
40 and they're 60.
And they're 60. They look like they're 55 and they're 78.
Yeah.
Like, and they're active and in shape. And I think a lot of it is, you know, just good life. Yeah. No stress here. JJ, remittance tax does apply to U.S. citizens. Last minute change in the bill before it went into law last week. Yeah, but it still sounds like it's not a big issue if you're just doing bank to bank. It's
1%.
like,
yeah.
You know, money orders from Western Union. Maybe that's what they're talking about. Scotty Jean from New Zealand. Hi, guys. My mate has back problems. Do you reckon stem cells at Zenpatia?
Zenpatia is a firm favorite amongst our subscribers here, Scott, that have wanted to do the stem cell treatment. I've had several people that have done it and come on our live stream. Tony had it done and he came on our live stream. Very nice gentleman. And he had bad knees and he's got it done. And he says it's been fantastic since. I can't recommend anything medically. That's something that he'll have to do with his own due diligence, your friend, and check for himself whether it's the best for him, get a second opinion. But those that have had it done swear by it.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yep. Logan C. Screw it, Brooke. Grow a luxurious man bun. Not my cup of tea. Roger the Dodger Carpenter. Let's get 150 likes so Brooke can get a crew cut. That's what they call that, is it?
Yeah, right there, crew cut.
Queen of Coins. You want your my condo Wahin.
So maybe he's got a condo in Wahin available for rent. Yeah.
Captain Action from Tampa. If it hits 150, I'll shave my head.
We want video proof.
Yes.
Email.
Rich Price, Captain Action, metal, yellow, first red.
Yeah.
Queen of Coins. I have cancer dream coming to Thailand, so rent a condo Wahin there end of July. Okay, good for you.
Yeah.
Hope everything goes well. Low season.
Exactly. Great place to be.
Timmy P says, Brooke, can you mention the medical insurance company you spoke of before? I believe it starts with an M. It does. McCallum Insurance. MacCallum.
Yes.
Yeah, McCallum Insurance. Someone was
and they're located on Pattaya Klang Road right behind Big C.
Yeah.
And they're fantastic. I use them, and I get the insurance I got with them was through Pacific Cross, which is great because there's no end age. So several insurance companies I checked to out here, Tim, they have a cutoff age of 85 years old. And then you're no longer insured, you're gone. But with Pacific Cross, they'll insure you up to the day you die, regardless how old you live to. And I like that.
Regardless.
Yeah, regardless. And you and your
irregardless
ain't a word.
Well, it isn't. But Vincent was there. He asked us, you know, at the pool, remember?
Yeah.
And he went over a couple of days later. He's back and says, hey, that's a good place, you know. And I said, did you get the one where you just give them the card? Meaning Pacific. Yep, that's the one they quoted. It was only a couple thousand.
Exactly.
The whole year. You know, he's 60s, so
yeah. Under $2,000 for the year.
Yeah. Captain Action, Richie Price, hello, cousins. JJ says that Scotty S. Info per Grok AI. Hope it's wrong, but someone on YouTube just mentioned it too.
Okay.
Talking about that remittance, I guess.
And there you go. Jack says McCallum Insurance Broker. Yes, that's
bingo.
the one we use.
So if you want that, guys, there it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Good people, by the way.
He is very nice guy.
Logan C, Captain Action giving out free memberships. Well done. I'll wait for mine next week. Scotty S at JJ, yes, it does apply to U.S. citizens, but only for cash remittances, as per my post above. So it does not affect most of us.
Okay.
Bingo. Javon Styles, there he is. Morning CBD. Saw the most disturbing negative video on Thai Truth Talks channel about a growing animosity towards Frangs by the governments and locals. Ever heard of him? No. Thumbs down, minus. Yeah.
And he's a bot. He is a bot. It is an AI channel. And Benjamin Hart, a great YouTuber and good American lawyer here in Thailand, became a Thai citizen and has his own YouTube channel called Integrity Legal, made a video just about that about 3 days ago, saying, you know, this guy couldn't have been more wrong. And if you read the comments, everybody says there is just clickbait and it's just lies and it's trying to get a lot of views. Anything Thailand tends to get a lot of views, and they try and put out a negative light. And if you go on and look at their channel, you'll see they do it about a lot of countries. People leaving Spain in Exodus, people leaving Philippines in Exodus, people leaving Japan,
Albania,
China, whatever. They're just pumping these videos out, and it's all AI generated to make income.
For the clicks.
So, yeah, there you go.
So, yeah, it's all. No, there's not been a problem here that I see. So, no. Javon Styles, I'm so late. I'm going back to the beginning to watch everything I missed. Enjoy your day in paradise, gentlemen. See you all soon. It is the land of smiles.
And thank you, Javon, and thank you, too, for being a channel member. And if you just joined us, go back and watch the beginning where we laid out all the Thai news that's happened in the last 48 hours and keep you guys up to date. That's what we do on the channel, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yes.
So if you missed it, go back and watch from the beginning. You can hit rewind.
Willie Gilligan, thanks for the update.
And you're very welcome, Willie.
CC Tube 13 Hi, I had started the OA process. Also, the health insurance quotes were outrageous and with no pre-existing.
Yes. So. And you're not the only one, CC. A lot of our subscribers tried it that way, and they were like, Cooper, I wish I would have listened to you and done it in Thailand. I would never do the OA again. And we're going to tell you straight, you know, this is the feedback we get, guys. We've got 18,100 subscribers to our YouTube channel, over 1,900 on our Facebook group, and over 400 people boots on ground. And they're all giving us the feedback and say, Cooper, you know, you might want to put this out on your channel. I did this and it wasn't good. You know, tell people. And I do it straight away. I put it out on the channel. And, you know, when our subscriber contacted us yesterday and said, hey, this is the problem I'm having with Bangkok Bank, I put it out on the channel. I'm not going to hide it from you all like other YouTubers may, because they only want to tell you the good about Thailand. I'll tell you both sides. I'll tell you everything that's going on. And I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't do it just for clickbait. I don't do it for likes. I do it to keep everybody informed. Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all want to live in the land of smiles, and we all want to retire here and have an enjoyable life. And if you come to the channel that you can trust.
Yeah, as far as health insurance, I do recommend just get travel insurance. You can quite often get it through one of your credit card companies, even your bank. I mean, I with TD Bank in Canada, I could get it. Now, they limit it to, I think with the bank, 10 days or 15. But that's a start. There's other, you know, I was a member of the Canadian Snowbird Association. Well, you could get up to, I think, 6 months travel insurance. So, but if you get travel insurance in your home country, it'll be legitimate.
Yeah.
It'll get you here. And then you do your, you know, your sourcing of quotes for your, you know, medical coverage in Thailand. You're going to find it's very reasonable. And when you see the state-of-the-art facilities at these hospitals, you'll be even more impressed. So
exactly. Yeah. And for me, the best travel insurance company I found, there may be better, but this is the best one I found for me and my wife when we go on our vacations, is AXA. Okay. AXA has a very, very good travel insurance policy, and you can get it up to 6 months.
Good to know.
So validity for 6 months.
I'm sure the Facebook group page would be other, you know.
Yeah, ask in the group too.
Yeah.
They may have a better option.
Willie Gilligan, thanks for the update on her.
On here. You're very welcome.
Here. Okay. Jeff Trio, do you guys watch movies at the movie theater? Funny you
Yes,
asked
we
that.
do. Funny you asked that, Jeff, because Darlene and I went to Terminal 21 yesterday, and we pre-bought our tickets for the new movie launch on Friday, the new Superman movie. I've seen the commercial on YouTube, and it looks fantastic. I like that they got the crypto dog in there. I used to be a very big cartoon reader in my childhood, and Superman was one of my favorite comics. So I said to my wife, I said, do you want to go? And she said, yeah, okay, we'll go. And we paid for the VIP tickets, which came to 2,000 baht, which is basically 60 US dollars, roundabout, just a little bit under $60. And for that, you get VIP seats with the recliners, you get pillows, you get blanket, you get free popcorn, free drinks, and then free snacks before the movie in the VIP room.
Can't beat that.
And you're on the balcony and you got the best view of the cinema.
I did it once.
Movie theater. It was
and
fantastic.
Yeah.
I pay for the VIP.
Yep.
Rather than cheap seats.
I do it again.
Because it's fantastic what you get for the value for your money.
Yeah.
For for $20, I mean, at $20-$30, you can't beat it.
It's like having a front row seat at a big concert.
Exactly.
For like 5% of the price.
Yeah. So yes, we do go to the movie theater here, and it is fantastic. It's in English with Thai subtitles.
Yep.
So yeah.
CC Tube and Singh said currently cannot open a bank account, so no way to do the O. Well, I opened a bank account. That was obviously on my renewal. You're probably referring to coming here and initiating it, but that's okay. You're still going to get your 90 days.
Yeah, you're still going to get your 90 days.
Yeah, and hopefully things are rectified. And should they not be, your alternative is a border run, in and out, which is not a big issue. You're not going to ever get refused on the first time.
No.
Guys here that have done half a dozen border runs, consecutively. Now they're using a service, so they're probably guaranteed.
Too young for retirement.
Yeah,
so they just
too young.
Do that.
So yeah, and then that'll give you another 90, which is 6 months. So I'm sure by that time things are straightened out. So
oh yeah,
I wouldn't worry about it. Bill T, good morning, CBD. So what date is your group meetup this month?
What date did you say?
July 22nd.
July 22nd.
Fourth Tuesday of every month. We do it at Fraser's at 6 p.m. And the food's good. Great. Exma Chinaman. Cooper, have you done a video on your dental work and the cost?
No, I did a live stream about it, Exma. And I do have plans to make a video about it, but I have to get permission from the hospital. YouTube can censor or say we can't post that video on because there are rules and regulations about filming hospitals. So I'm going to do it when like 2 o'clock in the morning when there's nobody in the hospital. And I'm not going to film the accident emergency ward. I'll just film it outside the front, and then I'll go up to where I had the dental treatment with my implants, and I'll film in there because there won't be anybody in there. If there's anybody in the background, then YouTube will automatically cut it off and say you can't have this on your channel due to privacy protection rules. I would like to include an interview with my dentist who did my implants, as he speaks fluent English, and he did a fantastic job. So I'd like to give him a good plug. And he said, sure, we can do that. So we'll see if I can make that happen before we go on the cruise ship.
And cost-wise, I would say without the anesthesia.
Without being put to sleep, you're looking about 1 million baht.
Okay, so around 30 grand.
30 grand. But for this in the US, you're looking about 70 to 100,000, depending on what state you do it. So it is a lot cheaper here in Thailand.
Yeah.
And this is full implants, by the way. Everybody that's watching, I had full implants. I had all my teeth pulled and full implants put in.
Well, I had no teeth pulled. I have a denture.
Yeah.
And my cost was under $200. So there's your difference, guys.
Yeah.
I did have a tooth break or fall off or whatever. And, it was only about 3 weeks after I got it. And I did go back, and two things. Number one, full warranty. So I was impressed. And secondly, I ordered another set.
Yeah.
Just in case, you get another one. So, and that was even cheaper. So, there's your options.
Yeah.
Everything in between.
Yeah. And they do have the best material out here. I've got zirconium teeth, which is man-made diamond, And then the metal bar that's in there is made of what's the material now, Brooke? I forgot what it's called again.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't price that.
like the strongest metal on earth. I forgot what it's called, but yeah,
Palladium, or
yeah,
maybe
something. Yeah, but yeah, I had the best of the best done.
Best of the best. Nothing but the best for you, young man.
I want it to last till I die.
I don't blame you. David Lowe, I learned how to scan pay from a friend from the CTA crew at Route 66 meetup. See you for New Year's Eve. Click the like button. Someone should be smiling.
And thank you, David. It was great to meet you in person. And yeah, our subscribers that are here, boots on the ground, are very helpful. So when you join the Facebook group, you're not going to find any bashers on there. We don't tolerate that. Everybody just be polite, ask questions, and then people will answer. Unlike other Facebook groups, if somebody posts a question, you'll get bashers in there. Oh, that's a stupid question. It's already been answered 1,000 times. Go, to another group, get off our group, whatever. People have come back with feedback, say, hey, I've been on this group, Cooper, and I left there and came on yours, and it's been a blessing.
Well, true story. I was here 6 months and never used ScanPay.
Right.
I was either a cash or my Wise card. Okay. And you were said to me one day, he says, what are you doing? Why don't you use your ScanPay? I said, I don't know how to do it. I'm not a techie.
Right.
Oh, so there's excuse me, I'm getting choked up thinking about this. You showed me exactly that day. I thought, oh, that's not that hard. And I'll tell you, within 2 weeks, I'm thinking, what the heck was I doing? You know what I mean? It was so simple. Even a non-nerd, would know how to do it. So yeah, God bless you for that.
That's only a push of one button. That's
it. It's so simple, guys, and it's slick as all get out.
Yeah.
And it's instant. So don't worry about it. Jeff Trio, I guess my Schwab bank would work until they fix the problem. Yeah, you'll have your debit cards. They work here. You don't have a problem with that.
And Schwab will reimburse you your ATM fees, Jeff.
Yeah. So the guys, it's not, don't worry about this bank issue. There'll be the workaround eventually. It might be a little time, but in the meantime, you pull your money out with your ATM,
And for those that are worried about it, you can go. I recommend going and contacting Mike at One Stop Visa and Soy 6 and Patia, because he has a workaround that he does, and he's put it out on YouTube, on several YouTube channels already, that he can do it, and he has an agreement with other banks, and it's not a problem. So for those that want to come out and retire, thinking, oh, I don't know, there's a problem with the banks, there's another agent for you that can do it other than Sync.
Yeah, check with both and, make your call.
Yeah.
Willie Gilligan, we need dental updates show.
No problem. I'll make it happen, guys.
Captain Action, according to what I've learned, we're all related somehow. That's why I always call my greatest friends cousin.
And thank you, cousin, for coming on and joining us.
Chris Wheeler from Texas. No dumb comments today, just saying hi, and we'll be back in the pool soon.
There you go, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
And Captain Ashton's back at it again, and he's gifted another 5 Coopersthaiadventure memberships. Thank you, Captain Action. And so now 5 people in the chat will have that lucky badge next to their name and become channel members for the next 30 days. Thank you so much.
Good luck next week, says Captain Action. Love and respect from Captain Action.
And thank you, buddy.
Willie Gilligan, thanks so much, Captain. Well,
there you go. He's got his badge.
Well, there's one. Logan C, my body is ready for the membership, Captain Action.
Oh, you didn't get it
they're
this
asking
time.
For it.
It's random.
Vegas Chris, as always, thank you for doing this and giving us all your knowledge. And Alpha, you two are full of.
And thank you, Chris. Much appreciated.
CC2, what kind of rates do you pay for your PAC cross?
Well, mine is under $2,000 for the year. Well, just under, it's like $20 under, so it's like $1,980, and that covers me for inpatient, CC. I didn't opt for the outpatient because it's so cheap here in Thailand. Outpatient, you're spending less than $100 most of the time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to pay the extra premium for it, and 0 deductible. Brooke, when he had his Pacific Cross, his was $3,000 for the year, with a 50,000 40,000 baht. I stand corrected, deductible. But there's the age difference between us, myself and Brooke. So you can get a guide of what it's going to cost you between the ages of 55 and 72. in price range, it only went up $1,000 more per year.
Yeah, I self-insure now, and a lot of people do, believe it or not. But I keep a segment of my investments where it's easy access, quickly if needed, and that way I'm earning on that.
Yeah.
And with that 40,000 deductible, I never exceeded, that. So I think
Yeah.
I probably spent maybe 12 in that whole year, and I did have a dust up. So I'm out to 12 plus the cost of the policy. As far as, I mean, I had insurance, but now I'd rather self-insure. So
Yeah. Yeah. So
there's both ways.
yeah.
Simple Living. Hello, Cooper. As the rules against vaping are now far more severe than before, does this not concern you as you're doing it on live video?
No, because they haven't criminalized vaping. Simple. They've just cut down on the amount of vendors that can sell it. All right. So they don't want you doing it out in public. I've asked several people in the know in the law about it, and they said as long as you're doing it behind closed doors in your own home, we don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Don't do it out in public because children have been vaping in Thailand and they want to keep it away from kids. So it's a bit of a gray area. As long as you don't vape out in public, they don't have a problem with it. So I can vape inside, no problem. I've spoken to Dusit Grand Park 2 management and said, do you have a problem with me vaping in my condo? They said, no, there's no smell. We only ask if you smoke cigarettes or that you do it out on the balcony, which they normally provide chairs and a table and an ashtray for those that want to smoke. They can smoke out on their balcony, not in the condos. It's a smoke-free environment inside the condos. So yeah, it's not a problem. You can still buy vapes. You just need to know where to get them. Just don't do it out in public because there is a 5,000 baht fine.
That's all I have to say about that. Nomad Jack says, "Let's go, Brooke. I'm ready for a shave." He's talking about a haircut.
Yes, he's going to join you.
Oh,
come on, Brooke, get it done.
Come on, it's Matthew Swickard, Coop CC Tube 13 was Pacific Cross. Not independent if the insurance companies listed the OA visa, not being argued with them. Just curious if the quotes are different overseas versus in Thailand. Probably.
Yeah, and then he corrects it here. Was Pacific Cross not one of the insurance companies? No, it's not one of the insurance companies that's listed on the 5 pre-approved ones.
Okay.
If you're applying for the non-OA retirement visa from your home country, it's not on the list. There's 5 companies on the list, but everybody that's used them say it's extortion amounts, and you try and use it over here in Thailand, and they won't take it. So our advice is don't do it. Don't do it. You're wasting your money.
RJC Man 38. Hi there. Moving to Hua Hin in December. Can you explain how I should handle medical requirement?
Medical requirement for what? There is no medical requirement to come to Thailand, and unless you're applying for the non-OA retirement visa from your home country. Once you get here in Thailand, there is no medical requirement for a retirement visa, which is called the non-O retirement visa. Yeah.
Okay. Scotty Richmond from California IA. Regarding phones arriving at BKK, Bangkok Airport, can I buy a refurbished smartphone from AIS? If so, what SIM card is available without having the retirement visa secured yet?
Oh, so you'll get what's called the tourist SIM, Scott. Yeah. And you can get that at the airport. You can buy them here at 7-Eleven as well. You can go to AIS and buy it over the counter as well. The SIM card is free. There's no charge for the SIM card. The only thing you pay for is what you want on there. Do you want so many gig of data? Do you want so many minutes of phone calls? Do you want unlimited? And then you pay for the package. Once you get your retirement visa, you can then go from prepaid to postpaid like I do.
I was on a prepaid, Scotty, for over a year. And that's that tourist SIM. I got it. I came down the escalator, walked right up to AIS. She said, "Hey, that's where we're going, Brooke." And they did everything. Now, I had the second phone with me. I don't know. Can you buy a used phone at the airport?
I've not seen any at the airport
bring
per
it with
se,
you.
but they do have lots of secondhand phone shops here.
Yeah,
locally.
Yeah. So I mean, you'd go downstairs, and I did this on my main phone, and they just took out the old SIM, said, "Here it is," put the new one. They got everything working. Now we got initially unlimited data, unlimited minutes, which you don't need, and it was like $30.
Yeah.
The second month, you realize, shit, I didn't use any of this. I didn't even use the phone minutes, let alone, the data. Okay, is always nice, but and I think I was running me like $300 to $400 baht a month. So 10 to 12 bucks, not the end of the world. So.
And we got to wrap this up, folks. We're at 1 hour 59 seconds.
Okay.
We'll get through the questions as quickly as possible.
RJ Man 38. I live in DC, over 50, and qualify for a retirement visa.
Well done.
I will go to the embassy in Washington, D.C. Walk me through how I should do the retirement visa.
Well, what I would recommend is just tell them you want the non-O retirement visa, and they will give you the 90-day preliminary 9-0, and you can finish the process here in Thailand, and you can open a Thai bank account with that 3-month stamp in there. Okay. So that's great. You can even do it with Bangkok Bank. They'll accept that as well. So all the banks here accept it, and maybe that's a quicker way of doing it rather than waiting for this to all blow over here in Thailand.
Yeah, I think it's simpler just to come, get the tourist, do your 90-day, and then renew if you need. Captain Action, Willie Gilligan, thank you so much for being here. Elvia Abroad, I get insurance through AAA. I think I will go with a 75,000 health, 1 million extraction back to USA if needed. Yep, that'll work. Yeah. RJ, man, 38, great idea, AAA. We'll check with them. Good to know. Jeff Trio, thanks again, Captain Action. Logan, I think it's X Machine in... but I love China Man.
Okay.
Jeff Trio, funny you should mention comics. My family owns a comic book store called Age of Comics.
I used to love my comics when I was a kid. Yeah.
Bingo. Queen of Coins. I need a PT scan. They charge me with insurance $1,800 in Florida.
And they'll charge you about $100 here in Thailand.
Yeah.
So for a CT scan, very cheap.
Titanium. That's it.
That's the one I got.
Sorry. Good. Thanks.
Yeah, titanium, guys. Thanks.
Phil's got it too. Okay, everybody knows this titanium except me. RC, Phil T. Thank you. Thumbs up, guys.
Yeah, titanium is the one I got.
I wonder if Alpha knows that.
Yeah, he does. Vibranium, no, titanium.
No, yeah. Franco, Mr. Cooper, are you in the showroom as I can see, not the TV? TV's just across from us here.
Yeah, well, we got our TV over here.
That TV was too small.
There you go.
That was behind him, TV. Okay? The new 80-inch fits nice.
Yeah.
David Lowe, Kryptonite, or Titanium. Maybe titanium.
Yeah, titanium is the one I got. And Franco, no, we're not in a studio. This is my own condo where we live at.
We're broadcasting live.
Yeah.
RJ, man, I visited Hua Hin 2 weeks in June. Best time of my life. Love the culture and the people.
Hua Hin is a nice place.
Yep. Willie Gilligan, Nicorette, your nicotine down low, buddy.
Yeah.
Matthew Swigert, solid info, Cooper. I appreciate it.
And you're very welcome. And to everybody watching on the live stream.
Tube, thank you so much for clarifying about the insurance. It's a great help.
You're very welcome.
Malcolm Hawkins, Uru.
Uru.
See you down at the show today.
And the last comment goes to Queen of Coins. Oh my God, thanks. And you're so welcome. And to everybody that's watching and new to the channel, give us a thumbs up if you haven't done so, and hit the subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. And next time you can join in the discussion, ask us questions. We won't charge you a penny, and we'll answer them live on the stream for you. What more can you ask for? And then come and join the Facebook group after you subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is also free. And we have 1,900 of our subscribers from our YouTube channel on there, with over 400 people boots on ground. So an excellent community we have built here for retirees that want to retire in the land of smiles. And we have regular meetups every week and every month. So what more could you ask for? Instant friendship. So until next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God bless you all, and stay tuned.
Stay safe.